Hey everyone, it's Jennifer Roberts here, and I am the Podqueen. And I have guests. Who are my guests?
I am Hillary Queiroz.
I'm Aldair.
And they're married, you guys. We're talking about marriage again. This is going to be exciting because we're going to talk about cross-cultural marriage. So everyone lean in, hit pause, get a cup of coffee, maybe even a snack, because we're going to take our time and we are going to educate you. Are you ready? You guys are the teachers today.
All right.
Okay, so first of all, how long have you guys been married?
12 years.
12 years. Okay, so you passed the hard bits.
Yes.
Right? Hopefully.
Yes.
You've climbed the mountain and now it's like, okay, hopefully we're there.
Yes.
That's good. And you have how many children?
2.
Two.
Addison, 9, and Liam, 4.
Awesome. Good. Okay, so people have a lot of romantic notions about marriage, right? And I imagine you did as well. Everyone can't know what they're getting into until you're actually into it, right? So, and then I think cross-cultural marriage seems mysterious and maybe even extra romantic. And like, oh, you got an exotic man, right? That just seems like, wow.
Yes.
And you got an exotic woman. What? She has blue eyes. Look at this hair. So talk to me about what was the reality of two cultures coming together? Because you already have, any marriage has the challenge of two becoming one. You've got two family backgrounds coming together. You guys have that, and you have two different cultures coming together. So talk to me about some of the adjustments, some of the difficulty. Just talk.
All right.
So, you start.
Me start.
Yes.
Well, I think that we could definitely write a book.
Right.
And make a romance book and make it sound really, really good. But the reality is that as much as it is good, it's really, really hard.
Yeah.
And kind of a story that I tell a lot is about the trash can.
I can tell it's going to be good.
One of our biggest fights and problems, and this is a cross-cultural thing, was about the trash.
Uh-huh.
Because we first got married and we never, you don't think about who's going to take the trash out.
Right.
And, in my home, in the United States, that's a man's job.
Uh-huh.
It's dirty.
Right.
So a woman's not going to take the trash out.
Right.
Well, generally in Brazil, the woman just takes the trash out because it goes out every day and that's just normal. And so, we had big issues about the trash.
Yeah.
And I came to realize that it was really a cultural thing.
Uh-huh.
And he wasn't, wanting me to do the dirty job.
Right.
But there are just so many things that we don't think about.
Right.
Besides language and misunderstandings.
Uh-huh.
The expectation, It's like I grew up in a house. I don't have a sister.
Okay.
I have 5 brothers.
I know what that's like.
Yes.
A bunch of wild animals in a room, right?
Yeah, and I have expectations. She's the Brazilian food. Like every day.
Right.
And she knows the American food.
Right. Yeah.
Americans sometimes like, let's eat whatever. So,
Yeah. Eat a sandwich. No big
eat a
deal.
sandwich. And I have to.
Because you wanted the proper lunch.
I grew up in a house.
Yeah. So talk about communication. Like, what was that like, learning to understand one another? Were you both communicative in the beginning? How did that work?
Can you go first?
You can. You.
Well, it was hard because when we met, he did not speak English and I did not speak Portuguese.
Okay.
God literally just did a miracle, an overnight miracle.
For you.
For me. And
But not for me.
But not for him.
No.
But even with that, there is slang
Yeah.
in the culture.
Yeah.
And sometimes the way that you would translate things in your mind does not come out correctly.
Right. You go literal.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of times I would say things and I wasn't being harsh in what I was saying, but I translated it literally to what it would be.
Right.
How I would say it in English.
Right.
And it would sound harsh to him.
So there's misunderstanding.
And something that I want to communicate to her, and she's mad about things. I'm like, man, and she misunderstands.
Right.
She translate in her
Right.
exact, completely wrong.
So communication is already normally difficult.
Right.
Learning
Yeah,
each
man.
other is complicated,
Different.
even more complicated.
Oh,
One of the
So-
things that I think I get the most frustrated with, and this is in general with Portuguese and the Brazilian culture, was he would say to me, and everyone would say, calma, calma.
Right.
And I would say, I am calm. Why are
Uh-huh.
you telling me to calm
Uh-huh.
down? And then I wouldn't be calm anymore.
Right, right.
And I came to understand better what that meant, and they weren't trying to say that I was being irrational. 'Cause
Okay.
That's how I felt they were.
Right.
He was saying to me.
Okay, when they talk to somebody, I'm going to tell a story.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, no, it's not like that. It's that way. I'm like, hey, she been telling me I'm a liar here?
Oh, okay.
She interrupted and said, no, she tried to fix it or give the best perspective.
And more detail. or
More
something.
details in my mind. She says, no, it's not like that. I'm
So-
going to tell
You're
the
not telling the
truth.
truth,
I'm
yeah.
like,
So she's trying to be helpful, and you're thinking she's calling you a liar.
Right.
exactly.
Like it.
Exactly.
And he's using calm, and you're going, I'm calm.
Yeah.
Quit treating me like I'm irrational.
Yeah,
Right.
sometimes we fight about it.
Oh my goodness. That is a good one.
Yes.
So those are complications with, the language,
Right.
culture,
And so what about family differences? Like your family and your family, how is that?
This is
totally different.
total different. And it's a challenge.
A challenge, okay.
Hillary's family is like a big family,
Yeah.
It's like everybody come together and talk. You want to stay like long time talk and ask questions about things. I'm like, and I don't used to this.
Really? It's interesting.
No,
Okay.
my the house I grew up is we're a big family too, but we more like we together, but we don't talk much about the life each
Yeah.
other.
Uh-huh.
It's for me. It's like, what? I need to talk about my life with these people. You know what I mean? I don't want to talk about this, and I frustrated about this. And she's like, no, here we did this.
Yeah.
And some with my family too. You can't.
Yeah, I think, just the differences in even sitting down to a meal together.
Uh-huh.
That in my family was always very, very important. And everyone sit around the table and we'd all start eating together.
Uh-huh.
And we talk about our day.
Right.
And, with his family, we'll have a lot of meals together, but everybody grabs their food and sits down and starts eating.
Uh-huh.
And it's not necessarily that set time where you're going to sit and you're going to talk.
So it's more about eating, just the
Right.
food part.
And everybody's around and talking to each other, but it's less formal.
Ah, interesting. Okay. And so do you think part of that was because there were so many boys in your house?
I think so.
Because guys don't sit and go, how you doing?
Yeah, we don't trust to like each other. I mean,
They don't do that.
Whatever.
Right.
So, do whatever you want to do.
Right. Do whatever
We
you
don't
want to
trust
do.
in your life,
Right.
And sometimes we fight a lot.
Right.
And we don't. Yeah, and her family is different. Like,
Uh-huh.
It's go and talk and let's plan the future. I'm like, I don't want to plan the future on the table, I'm like, I don't want to.
That's amazing.
And I'm so frustrated about this. And this is one of the issues in the beginning.
Yes.
We need to adapt to
Yeah.
is take time.
Yeah. So now you're happily married,
Yes.
right? Okay, so tell me about what do you see the benefit now?
Well, I see, for me personally,
Yeah.
I never imagined I would marry someone from a foreign country or move to a foreign country. But I honestly feel like I have added years to my life.
Aw.
Because
Sweet.
I was a very type A personality in the
Uh-huh.
United States, and I was forced to relax.
Uh-huh.
I was forced to take life slower.
Yeah.
And so many things as we have created our family together, we've taken pieces of things from the United States and things from Brazil. And so the culture of our family is not either culture, it's a mixture.
Uh-huh. You created a different culture.
Yes. It's kind of this third culture that we have. And so I think in a lot of aspects, it's been really good for me because I've just been able to let the rough and drag, be calmer, you know. And I think for him, you know, there's been different aspects of it.
Yeah, I think I learn and I just want to take and help people to overcome this, to respect other culture, and try to pick up the best to create your own family culture.
Yeah,
you know?
That's good.
Because in the beginning, when I thought like we're gonna be Brazilian family, and I wanna, you know, like
make her Brazilian.
Yeah, exactly. Make her Brazilian. I don't respect her background and the country.
Yeah.
Sometimes in the beginning, I do respect a lot.
Right.
Because I want to like. No, but what I learned is we can see with different eyes.
Yes.
Pick the best and make your own family culture.
That's good, you guys. So in the process of dying to yourselves, you created something beautiful. So marriage is death. Isn't that encouraging, everyone?
Yeah.
Learn to die. All right, you guys. Thanks so much for being part of my major network show. It was awesome.
Thank you.
It's an honor, you know.
Yeah.
With Podqueen.
Yeah, come on. I even have my own cup, people. It's amazing. All right, you guys. Thanks so much.